Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray, and today we continue our entry level to Megabase, where we are still at the Megabase part. And from what we saw last episode, we kind of have to focus on two things this episode. One, the power, to get things up and running again. We had a bit of a power issue last episode. That's mostly when we queue a ton of things to be done at the same time. And two, then we need to look at our copper input. Since we built our reds setup last episode, our copper has taken quite a beating. So, two things I want to get done. One, I want to dismantle this setup here. And two, I want to get this fully beaconed and fully modular. I think that'll be able to save us quite a bit in terms of copper and pretty much flying items in. So let's just try and start with this, since this is pretty much one of the first steps in our supply line, and it is a somewhat expensive step. So let's just try and see if we can't fill it with productivity for now. So if we do this, pretty much they take quite a lot. But pretty much fill up this with as many as we can. Can we do something like this? We can't, but we have to deconstruct it for that. But then fill up the rest with beacons. For now, let's just take the ones that touches pretty much most of them as a start. So right to here. And do the same at both of these. Then we should have a somewhat good starting setup. Here is some speed modules just to get this running at a somewhat decent speed. And we should have productivity modules flying in from the rest of the base. So we can start to, dismantle the production we have. Right now, we can't really get it in fast enough. Maybe adding one more here. We'll make sure we can output it over here fast enough. So that is at least some of our issues solved. The next one we have to solve is buffer chests. As we've seen many times before, let's just add one. Hopefully one will be enough in this case. So let's just put it, let's see, right here. That's going to request copper and iron as our main things. So iron and copper. Let's just say you request 1,000. Hopefully that'll be enough. The same with the copper. So we have the things we need here. Then I'll kind of want to stop this one, since it is consuming a ton of things. And let's do it the same way we did before, by just removing all of our red chests, or passive providers. That should effectively stop that production and get into request from right here. So let's just do this. Just getting these set up as efficiently as possible. And look at that, we are already filling up that, so that is very good. We also have a green circuit production up here. Let's just give that the same treatment, removing our red chests, as that will be the best solution. Also kind of want to stop the input from here to, well, we can leave it, but see how much our base can handle. I think that could be quite cool to see if this will produce enough for us in terms of things. So power is starting to come back to life a bit again, which is extremely nice. We will of course have to monitor how this goes. So let's expand out here as well while we can do it, just to get our radars up and running. And then we can start to expand out quite a bit. There we are, and there we are. And then we can start to fill the rest, maybe get the stone patch and a bit of landfill over here. Maybe just putting down one of the landfilled production sites over here instead. since I think that might be the best solution. So let's just let that work. Let's see if this can keep up with the demands from whatever we want to throw in these. 1K is, as you can see, not enough. But it might be because we are using it different places. So let's see here. This is all working as intended. This is consuming. This is working hard as well, trying to keep up with the advanced circuits. So is anything holding you back? Are you running at full speed right now? Other than these two, it should be running at full speed. You are just missing nothing. So it is running at full speed, which is extremely nice to see. So if you look at our production tab, 2K we're producing. We're pretty much consuming more than that. But the producing 2K is actually not too shabby. So we can probably dismantle some of these setups. This one will never be used again. I don't really like the setup we had here. So let's just give this cell a new life, or at least prep it for new life. The same with this one. You can be deconstructed as well. There we are. And the rest can just kind of go as they want. They have been fully commissioned. So now this one is pretty much supplying us with everything we need. We'll just have to monitor if they can actually keep up, which is not the case at the moment. So let's give it one more productivity right here. Wow, that is so expensive to set up, but also very, very necessary. Let's go and grab ourselves a few beacons. If we can get through this area, where we also have to do a bit of cleaning at some point, getting these things ironed out. So we do have, if you look at our solar power, almost 40k, but we do have about 7k in storage as well. So that could actually be an indication that we can expand our solar power quite a bit. But if I do what I'm thinking of doing, just placing down pretty much something that's the side, maybe in this area, we'll have to make sure we don't overextend too much, because that is something we can rather quickly do. But yeah, let's get some more solar down and fill out this area, because it is a bit annoying that our robots can't get charged all the way back to the base. So let's see here all the way to the water. Let's continue up a bit as well to here. Just getting things filled in with solar. And we can actually fill in right here as well. There we are. That should give our robots a bit to do. It will completely tax our power and ruin that, but it will help us in the future. That is at least what I am planning, since I'm building this much. Wow, this is actually... How many solar panels do you think I just put down right there? I'm guessing a lot. And hopefully our robots will be able to figure this out on their own. So let's see here. You can continue out. The same right here. We actually are continuing out a bit, so we can get the rest of this covered. And I don't really mind that our base is going to run out of power. That is the name of the game, and that is completely fine. So now we should soon have a completely linked up network. I can see we probably need to fill this as well to get this part linked up correctly. There we are. And yeah, let's skip that solar one there, and these are fine. Let's just get a normal one right here. Right, there we go, to get the charging up and running. Here we are, and soon we have this entire leg covered, which is a good accomplishment in its own merit. But yeah, this is gonna tax our system quite a bit. Can we do that? We can't. So that is almost this leg covered. We'll have to fill in this as well. The reason why I'm queuing it is so we can do different things while our robots construct a ton of things that is necessary for our infrastructure. Anyway, let's continue down this way. Here we go. Wow, I have no idea how much this is gonna tax our system, but it's gonna be fun to see. And I do have other things I want to work on anyway while all of this is being built. So look, our power lines are coming alive and starting to do their job. So I actually came back here to get some beacons. So let's take that and go and look at our little setup. Also want to get a small look on this one. Oh, it just launched a rocket. Oh, we had 4. That means we can actually, we could probably start building. Did a red circle? Oh, red circle caught up. So we could actually try and research this and see how it goes, just because I need the logistic speed anyway. So let's just activate it and see how our base handles this little thing. So that's the first research in our little setup that is fully beaconed, or at least productivity, and then we should slowly get it done. Yeah, that'll run, hopefully finish at some point down the line. Might want to go and beacon it, but yeah, let's go and beacon it. Is that gonna be... No. No. Let's fix our green circuits first, even though they have pretty much what they need. And this can keep up with demand. So let's see here. How many robots are we using? That is called all the logistics and all the construction. So that is actually insane how many we're using. And let's fill in the rest of these. There we are. Let's fill in a few beacons. Just do this to save a small amount, and there we are. Hopefully this will let it run non-stop, producing everything we need. That is lacking copper. I shouldn't lack. Oh, it's just because it's filling up. Because we do need, as we saw before, to add these everywhere. Of course, remember to do it the correct way. There we are. We added them here, except that one. And here, there, here, and here. There we are, to make sure we get our copper wire over here. This is also why I'm not moving it by robots. That will take an insane amount of robots, and that would tax our system quite a lot more than I am comfortable doing. But as you can see, we are still buffering, and that is exactly what I want to see with this setup. So that is that. That should just manage itself. This one is buffering things. And then our system is looking quite good. Stone is all we're needing. So let's go and buffer. Oh, that is looking very bad. We're going to buffer our robots. Just to... oh no, let's wait with buffering it, because we do need the power, and putting down more that consumes power would probably not be a good idea. So look at this. That is insane. They are trying... oh, that's going quite quickly, to be honest. And to be honest, I kind of want to stop this one. It's not working as intended. So let's just deconstruct it. I don't like the way they're working, because it just means the logistic robots will move from here all the way down here to get some of it back again. And let's deconstruct the one over here as well, so to just take it directly from the base. Not sure how that's gonna affect our what's it called, way of moving things around the base, but I think in the long run that will be better than what we have right now. So that is what I'm going with. Hopefully it's the correct decision. We will know in a few episodes, but for now I'm gonna count it as the correct decision. Let's queue up a bit more here as well, because we do need to get... fits right there. Let's just remember to put it down correctly, so we don't go into some issues. That's all the way to the top. Down here, out onto that one. And that is that hooked up. And let's move this one. There we go. Out over the sea, so the robots have somewhere to go. I can already see the headlines. Mad factory boss works robots to death. That is something I could most definitely see happening. Let's see here. We can't place it up there yet, so let's just wait a minute with that. Here we are. Can we place it here yet? Luckily we can, and the rest will soon get placed in. These are also getting constructed at a somewhat decent speed. I can't complain about that. Let's just remove that one. The same over here. And get our robots to continue working. Yeah, so things are actually looking quite good in the base. I know we have a bit of a power issue, but in the day we can still keep up. We are 2.5 gigawatts. We are gonna increase it quite dramatically, or quite drastically is probably what I'm gonna say instead. Dramatically is not really what this situation counts as. So let's continue expanding out all the way out to wherever we can. Could do it right here just to get all of our radars down. Oh, something is wrong here. Oh, it's just the last one I placed. Seems like once in a while my mouse double clicks, and that leads to some unfortunate consequences once in a while, where we just have double blueprints. That is most definitely not something I want. And here. Wow, I feel so sad for my robots right now. So that is looking good. Except they can't really get to the place I want them to go, because they want to cross the water, and we don't really have a connection over here yet. So that is something we most definitely have to keep an eye out on, that we have to connect things up in a straight line from our areas. But if we give it enough time, it should sort itself out. very, very nicely. And here and here and there. Can't skip pretty much all of you. And fill in the rest of this one. And then we're quite close to having all of this hooked up. Yeah, that is looking quite good. Should we fill all of this with solar as well? Now that we... Oh, that's... Yeah. Could probably move these and put in solar fields instead. Though I know our robots... Oh, they look like they might be stuck out here right now. So one way of fixing that is just take our personal trip down here and sorting out some of the traveling distance. Oh, I feel so sad for them. There we are. Because it look like they're going to be stuck in an infinite loop right now. And that is most definitely not what we want. So let's take a little trip down to our Rubble ports and just solve this little issue we have out here. If we can find a good solution for it. And again, that is me forgetting to do our infrastructure correctly before we hook all of this up. But look at this nice land bridge. It's looking quite good. We can go all the way to the island. And then back down here and see if we can save our little friends. Because look at that. That is just a bit sad. So can we pretty much just do something like this? Instead of all of it, we can pretty much just run a straight line down with the two here for the power until we reach the correct place for the robots, and that's actually right out here. So if we just fill in maybe this area or something like that, then we'll have some that's a bit further out. And there we are. That is a bit better than we... And hopefully that means they can continue on with their merry little trip. Instead of being stuck in an endless loop over the ocean. Oh, are we missing not enough storage space available? Did we? Oh, there should be more. They're just confused. Let's call it that. So yeah, they're slowly getting down where they need to be. Is my conclusion right now. But as always, not as fast as I would want. So giving them a helping hand is always good. Let's see, right here should be good to get the next row of robots up and running. There we are. Please go and charge, and hopefully by the time we come back, they will have figured out to continue down this way. As you can see, most of them are actually going towards the correct charging points now. So I'll leave them for now. I'll leave them to do their thing and go back to building the base, not worrying about what they're doing. Because we are at a surplus of logistics again. So it's just construction robots that are struggling a bit, finding a way to get things moving. Gonna love when we get the speed upgrade. That's gonna be quite good. The way robots work, unless I've completely misunderstood it, they take power for flight time, and increasing speed will decrease the flight time. So that's where they can go a bit further than could before, but they also take power per tile they move. So even though we get a ton of speed, they won't travel much further at some point, since the flight time is going closer and closer towards 0. And if we could improve the tile, or reduce the amount of power it needs per tile, we could make him a bit more efficient. So what is holding us back? Yeah, of course, always the red circuits, but that should be running at a somewhat decent speed right now. So I'll just kind of keep it at that. At about 2k. It's just the power holding us back once in a while. So I think this is a somewhat good place to stop. Hopefully our robots will get a lot more of this done. They are actually filling up these quite quickly. So by the next episode they should be done with most of this thing, and we can start to just go around and fix this infrastructure issue we have over here in the water. That is at least what I want to happen. Right here should be good, and let's continue out that way on all of these, so we can get all of this connected up, and everyone will be much happier for it. Yeah, we might have run out of robots, so that is something that I'll also start to craft in between episodes, hopefully, so you don't have to wait for all of this to be done when you tune in next time. I think we are at the point where that is a good way to do it, since a lot of this is just equaling out whatever they're trying to move, which is a lot of product. So before the end of the episode, let's just expand a bit more with solar panels, going further north and closer to somewhere they can cross. So maybe just going up this way will be very close, and they'll hopefully just start to fly to these instead when you tune in next time. Let's see, you can go right there and here, and here, and that is somewhat good. So it'll fit there, and the rest will get done soon enough. So, as I was saying, this is probably where I'll end the episode, and then we'll continue in the next one with our robots having constructed all of this. Yeah, that is just normal construction, and I don't want you guys to spend episode upon episode looking at me doing that. So here we are. This is where I'll end the episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you'll give them a like and a subscribe, and tune in next time where our robots are done building all our solar farms, and we can continue with the next part of the base, which is getting worker robot speed done and starting to improve things towards our 4K science per minute. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I've been Dgray, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.